One of the biggest names in artificial intelligence is making a massive investment in the coastal empire. OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, is planning a multi-billion-dollar project that local leaders say could reshape the region's economy for decades to come. WSAV's Evan Smoke joining us live tonight. Evan, officials are calling this one of the largest private investments in coastal Georgia history. Where will this new campus be built, and what does this mean for the community?
Good evening, Ben. I'm here at the Savannah Gateway Industrial Hub, the soon-to-be home to an OpenAI data center.
The simplest way to think about this is, imagine like a campus that's going to generate what's called compute, and compute is basically the underlying systems that run artificial intelligence capabilities and tools.
That campus is on its way to Rincon. OpenAI is expected to invest $20 billion into the region through the project. Promises made in today's announcement include 400 long-term jobs, no change in local electricity bills, and assurances that the center will rely on minimal water use. Lahane tells me this is just the beginning of a partnership with the local communities.
I believe as we go forward, we should end up being one of, if not the highest paying taxpayer in the community. So a lot of economic activity, and then direct investment. We're committed to investing $80 million directly into the county to help support priorities that the county and people on the ground there identify.
Lahane adds they will adapt to community feedback.
I do want to really emphasize that the most important thing is to keep listening and keep learning. Every one of these communities is going to be different. There's a saying like all politics are local, and at some level, anytime you're doing, a project of this nature, it has to really work in the best interest of the locals.
That community can give that feedback tomorrow. Now the OpenAI company will be holding an open house here in Effingham County at the Effingham County Career and College Academy tomorrow night from 6 to 8 p.m. in Rincon. We will have a crew there and we'll update you on what people have to say. Live in Rincon, Evan Smoke, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Evan, thank you. There are new developments in the investigation into the 4th of July mass shooting on Hilton Head Island. 5 of the 7 people indicted in the case appeared in court today for bond proceedings as the criminal case continues to move forward. WSAV's Jillian Coles was in Beaufort County for us this morning. She joins us now. So what happened during the hearing today?
Well, Ben, of those 5 suspects, only 1 appeared in person in front of Judge Marvin Dukes III. However, bond hearings for all 5 suspects were postponed.
He too is not only waiving his presence, but also waiving the setting of the bond at this time.
5 of the 7 suspects up for bond for a Coligny Beach shooting that left 8 people injured on Independence Day. 2 suspects who were 17 at the time of the shooting, Quazir Davis and Marcelo Royal, and suspects Jaden Hawes and Jacob Johnson all waived their presence in court on Wednesday, as well as the setting of their bond.
We have decided to waive bond setting at this time, wait chance to get some further information on this case during this news.
The 5th and final suspect called by the state was Andre Green Jr., the only one to appear in court in person on Wednesday. Beaufort County Sheriff P.J. Tanner previously said law enforcement knows this suspect very well.
We had criminal investigation ongoing on this particular defendant. He was involved in other issues in the Westbury Park area. So we had already had warrants for his arrest, and they were uploaded into NCIC.
He was transported to the Beaufort County Courthouse on Wednesday because he's currently being held at the Jasper County Detention Center.
On hearing is waived, the defendant will remain in jail on the bench warrant.
14th Circuit Solicitor Duffy Stone explains why these suspects are not charged attempted murder.
The state statute on attempted murder is directed to vindicate only the intended targets of a shooting. And in this scenario, the only intended targets are other shooters. So the sheriff and I discussed this from the very beginning. We had a choice. Call the other shooters victims or defendants, and we chose defendants.
All 5 suspects will remain in jail on bench warrants, Greene in Jasper County and the other 4 in Beaufort County. We'll have more on this case later at a later date. Jillian Coles, WSAV News 3 on your side.
Jillian, thank you. A Savannah man accused in a violent assault caught on camera at City Market will remain behind bars for now. A judge denied bond yesterday for 24-year-old Elijah Wilson, saying the attack posed a significant danger to the community. Wilson appeared in Chatham County Court on charges of aggravated assault and battery tied to this June 18th attack in City Market. Prosecutors say a now viral video shows him repeatedly stomping, kicking, and punching a man on the ground. The Chatham County Sheriff's Office previously told WSAV they are looking into it now to see whether they can identify more suspects in the video. New at 6, a Bullitt County man is facing multiple charges after investigators say a firearm malfunction led to a self-inflicted injury, and a search uncovered several other guns. Deputies say John Lowry was injured on Monday when an SKS-style rifle he was firing malfunctioned, sending metal fragments and gunpowder into his chest. Investigators say he was not hit by a bullet. Deputies later learned Lowry is a convicted felon prohibited from having firearms. A search of his home turned up 10 guns, magazines, ammunition, and other firearm accessories. Lowry is now charged with 10 counts of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, obstruction, false statements, and reckless conduct. A string of break-ins is impacting small businesses in Savannah's Starland district. 4 have been reported at 3 businesses just blocks apart, and one owner says she's now spending thousands of dollars to keep it from happening again. This surveillance video shows the moment someone allegedly kicked down the door of the One for the Road store in Starland, a locally owned boutique. A business owner also owns the Starland Strange and Bizarre, which was recently broken into twice. She owns both buildings. So she says the break-ins have been frustrating and are forcing her to invest in more security.
Cameras, locks, everything secured, but obviously that still wasn't enough. So now paying for a true alarm system and having security on site and things that are really expensive for a small business, but we can't keep living in fear.
Starland Yard is hosting a fundraiser this Sunday to support the 3 businesses impacted by the break-ins. Savannah police are still investigating, and we're waiting to learn more about the cases. Police in Bluffton are investigating after several flock safety cameras were found unplugged or intentionally damaged across town. According to a police report, 2 cameras were found unplugged at Shell Hall Drive and Buckwalter Parkway, while 4 others appeared to have been intentionally damaged after the power cords supplying the cameras were cut. Those cameras were along Buckwalter Parkway and Bluffton Parkway. Investigators say the full extent of the damage and the cost of repairs are still unknown, and no further action had been taken while Flock Safety evaluated the damaged equipment. The family of a boater who died after his boat overturned near Tybee Island is sharing memories of the man they lost. 45-year-old Dominic Dasher from Port Royal went missing after his boat overturned near the north end of Tybee Island on July 11th. A massive search involving multiple local, state, and federal agencies lasted 4 days before a body was recovered south of the shipping channel on July 15th. His family believes that waves created by a large cargo ship caused the boat to capsize, though the cause remains under investigation. His mother, Lillian Dasher, says that she wants everyone to remember how loved her son was by those that he encountered.
I want everybody to know that I love my son and I will miss him very much. Not a day went by that my son didn't come and visit me. Brought me something to eat, or something to drink, or just the fuss. Just the fuss every year.
The Georgia Department of Natural Resources is continuing to investigate what caused the boat to overturn. Officials have not determined what led to the incident. WSAV will continue to follow the investigation. In Savannah, 2 water infrastructure problems are causing road closures and frustrating drivers. One resident says she's been impacted by both incidents and worries that they're becoming a recurring issue. The first happened Saturday on B Road near 50th, where the city says a water main likely leaked, creating a sinkhole. Officials say a driver unknowingly drove over that damaged area, making the situation worse. Then on Monday, a water system leak shut down the intersection of Lincoln and East York Streets. Mayor Van Johnson praised city crews for responding quickly to both scenes.
The biggest concern is safety, public safety, but then also the infrastructure at our city. I know that they're working towards goals, but what can we do to prevent it from happening rather than just disaster control?
Savannah's an historic city, and we have aging infrastructure, and these things happen from time to time.
The city says crews are working to reduce the potential for additional small leaks in the future. The Lincoln and York Street area is still closed, though B Road has reopened.